Audio Jungle.
Child kidnapped from Clarendon rescued in Newarton, St. Catherine. Personnel assigned to the National Strategic Anti-Gang Division of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch has rescued a 13-year-old girl who was kidnapped in Four Points, Clarendon on April 7. The child was reportedly at home when she was taken by persons who are known to her. Following the investigation, a report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. On Tuesday, April 15, the police went to a house in Newarton, St. Catherine, where Zithan was seen under a bed. The police suspect that her aunt, who occupies the house in which she was found, is the mastermind behind the crime. A total of 6 persons, including 3 children, were seen at the premises and were taken into custody. The police say their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. Police trainee in St. Elizabeth dies after collapsing following training session. A police trainee in St. Elizabeth collapsed and later died after undertaking a physical training session. In a statement, the Jamaica Constabulary Force reported that the incident happened at Eastern Square Bay campus of the National Police College of Jamaica. According to the JCF, preliminary reports indicated that about 7:35 a.m., the trainee constable had just completed a session and was en route to his barracks when he collapsed. The force said on-site medical personnel responded immediately, administering CPR before transporting him to the Black River Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. At this time, out of respect for the family, the identity of the trainee is being withheld pending official notification. The police high command has expressed sincere condolences to the trainee's family, colleagues, and the training school community. Body of Clarendon man found falling fire at his home. The Mocha police in Clarendon are investigating the death of a man whose body was found following a fire at his home in Goshen. He has been identified as 56-year-old Sylvester Rattray. It is reported that on Monday afternoon, fire was seen at Rattray's house, which is located in Old Road. The police and the fire department were called to the scene. After the blaze was extinguished, the man's body was found among the rubble. The cause of the fire is unknown. Consumer confidence survey indicates that more Jamaicans believe the economy will get better. The latest survey of consumer confidence indicates that more Jamaicans believe the economy will get better in the next 12 months compared to those who expect it to become worse. Executive Chairman of Market Research Services Limited, Don Anderson, highlights an increase in entrepreneurship among the reasons people expect improvement in the economy. He says more Jamaicans are moving to create jobs instead of acquiring jobs. Others pointed to growth in some sector among the factors for their favorable view of the economy for the next year. On the other hand, crime, unstable foreign exchange, and struggling businesses are among the reasons persons expect the economy to get worse. Over 600 consumers were interviewed. Meanwhile, business confidence declined for the first quarter of 2025 when compared to the late quarter of 2024. More than 100 business owners were surveyed about their views on the economy. This is in contrast to the consumer confidence, which is up. Mr. Anderson said few business people felt their profits were better than expected. Business operators were also asked if this was a time good for them to invest.
In the fourth quarter of 2024, that incidence was 31.3%. And in the first quarter, 32.4% said they believe that business conditions are going to get better. Marginal improvement. What are the top reasons put forward? Consumers are just being optimistic. Again, they're not putting their hope and expectation on anything concrete necessarily, but they believe that it's going to get better. Some consumers say the economy is showing signs of improvement. There's been some growth in some sectors, and we drill that down and we know that tourism is the one that they've identified basically. Entrepreneurship is on the rise. Investors are showing interest. And fifthly, more new businesses coming. When we drill down and we looked at the data in terms of age and socioeconomic profiles and demographic units, so to speak, we're finding that there is a growing incidence of entrepreneurship. And therefore, people aren't necessarily relying upon the state to create jobs or businesses to create jobs. The people are now actually going out and identifying businesses that they can go into. And therefore, there is a noticeable increase in the incidence of entrepreneurship, which is feeding into this confidence. Very important factor to note. We asked, well, why do you say the economy is going to get worse? Government not doing enough. Lack of employment. Well, people are saying jobs are not plentiful. Some people are saying jobs are scarce. Lack of employment. Increase in crime. Increase in crime, you may ask, because the information is that crime is down, murders are down. Consumers are saying that's one of the problems why we believe. But remember, this is sectored into those who believe that the economy is going to get worse. This is not the overall pattern, but this is those who say the situation is going to get worse. Crime is a factor. Unstable foreign exchange. And fifthly, businesses struggling to keep up. Whilst on the one hand they say businesses are looking like they're picking up and doing better, and we are reposing some confidence in our ability to increase our household income, some people are still saying that businesses are struggling, and that is one of the reasons they believe that the economy is going to get worse. In the first quarter of 2025, business confidence went back to its leveler. It fell by 11 percentage points and therefore moved back down to 132.5 from a position of about 149 index in the fourth quarter of 2024. Now, we were speculating in January period when we reported on the significant increase that there was a whole heap of hype surrounding that Christmas period, that a number of things that had taken place that had pushed business confidence up by 12 percentage points, and we were anxious to see what this first quarter data would show. First quarter data has shown that that confidence is down by 11 percentage points, so it is back almost to what it was pre the fourth quarter of 2024. Is this a good time to invest? In the fourth quarter of 2024, 68.5% of the businesses said it was a good time to invest. That fell to 55% in the first quarter of 2025. Now, you may contend and take comfort in the fact that the majority of the firms that we interviewed think it's a good time to invest. So that's a positive. Is it a bad time to invest? Well, 26.4% say it's a bad time to invest compared to 19.8% in the fourth quarter and 20% in the first quarter. So that's a significant percentage increase in the incidence of companies, businesses that believe it's a bad time to invest. And, well, some don't know. What about firms' finance? Do you expect it to improve? 63.6% said yes, we expect it to improve, but it's down from 78.4% in the fourth quarter of 2024. Obviously, substantially down on the 71.7% in the first quarter of 2024. So, again, this is not a thing that we need to be happy about. Businesses are not as positive as they were in the other quarters in 2024 at the moment.
Disgruntled JLP workers protest Western Westmoreland selection results. Placard-bearing Jamaica Labour Party workers staged a protest against the result of Sunday's internal selection process, in which incumbent Member of Parliament Merlin Wilson lost to Dr. Garfield James, councillor for the Sheffield Division in his constituency. The protesters gathered outside Wilson's constituency office in Mungo Hall, near Little London, to express their disapproval of James. We're here because we're demonstrating because in Western Westmoreland, we don't want Mr. Garfield James. If he is not Mr. Merlin Wilson, we are not voting. We're not working, said a female protester, armed with a placard, who was clad in green shirt bearing the image of Wilson. She warned that if the party does not allow Wilson to contest the seat in the next general election, workers will give their vote to the opposition People's National Party candidate, Ian Hayes. This seat is going to go independent or nothing at all. We will all take our vote to the other side, and we have told Dr. Chang this before. We've told the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, and we're very serious about it, the disgruntled JLP supporters insisted. Chang is the party's General Secretary, while Holness served as the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. Mr. James did not even win Field, and that's the division he's responsible for. And we all know that if the Prime Minister doesn't win his seat, he doesn't have to say, she added, urging that James only won the division by one vote. James crossed the floor on the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation in 2023, leaving the PNP to join the JLP. Another dissatisfied female worker claimed that Wilson had been treated unfairly and stated that she and others are not prepared to work with James. We're not working with Mr. James. He came with an agenda to mash up the party. He came and has been working against us, she declared. On Sunday, the JLP Secretariat announced its intention to refer James to a selection committee and central executive as the party's candidate for Western Westmoreland. Chang expressed confidence that unity would prevail among them, JLP members in the constituency following the selection exercise. He also reaffirmed his faith in the party's candidate selection process, noting that it gives party workers and delegates an opportunity to have their voices heard. That process, he said, involved a constituency audit, polling consultation with workers and delegates, and a final selection exercise. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.